Police are forcibly putting handcuffs on Alan Clark, who had just been speaking to Nanaimo City Council as a delegation. When his allotted 5 minutes was up, which is disputed by Clark, he continued his attack on the mayor.
And the fact that you're still sitting in that chair is a disgrace when I'm making my presentation.
Mr. Clark, the mic is off. I'm going to ask you to stop, please. I'm going to ask you to leave, Mr. Clark. Leave the chambers, please.
Council took a recess and soon officers were trying to convince Alan Clark to leave, who was refusing, eventually cuffing him and one other woman to escort them out of the chambers.
We haven't had any incidents even remotely like this since the election of this council.
Earlier in the meeting, Alan Clark indicated he was going to speak about bylaws about elected officials' oaths of office and their code of conduct. He launched into the mayor.
You interrupt me again when I criticized you. You were bullying, intimidating, threatening. This was you, Mr. Mayor.
Clark says the mayor was disrespectful of him when he spoke to council previously.
My focus is the mayor and the blatant breaking of bylaws, from bullying to not respecting a citizen's right to talk.
The mayor says while he gave Clark 5 minutes, he was not speaking to council business and the bylaws as a delegation should.
Because he's asked you to leave.
Well, it doesn't matter. I've asked him to leave.
It is an abusive process. It's a public place. It's a meeting of council. It is not a public forum like a town hall or something like that.
I got a little hot under the collar at the end of and I wasn't proud of that, but I still wasn't abusive. I was just calling him out.
The mayor says looking around the province, we have become an uncivil society, especially at the municipal level.
You are talking about an incredibly small minority of people who have views that are extreme, is the kindest thing I can say. And I would hope that after the necessity of calling the police to have them removed, that we won't see a repeat of these kinds of incidents.
Clark and the other woman were both released by police outside of council chambers and are not facing any criminal charges.